What's up, everybody? Craft360 here, and I'm doing something that I haven't done before on my channel, but I kind of want to start doing every so often. Unturned single-player base builds and base showcases. As you can see, this is a base on single-player P.E.I. Oh, and also I'm going to be a bit quieter because, again, it's 3 in the morning. It's kind of become a tradition for me to record my videos in 3 in the morning now. But it's a sizable base. I built the thing as a gun store and garage, and I ended up going a bit overboard with it. It's not done yet. I just need something to record, so I'm going to showcase it how it is. Probably next month or so, I might showcase a bit more of it when it's actually done. Thing's taken me quite some time to build because everything here, everything in the store, everything in the barn itself, the building, all of it was legitimately gathered. The only thing that wasn't legitimately gathered, the only things I've cheated in, are about 75% of the safe zone radiators you see everywhere, about 25% of them I crafted myself, and one of the 2 industrial generators I have in the city. Further ado, let's get into it. I guess I could showcase this first, this little jail thing that I was building. That's one of the industrial generators. That one I crafted myself. The one inside the actual thing I cheated in. I'll go more building with this. I want to eventually pretty much build like a little city thing that encompasses the entire city of Charlottetown. Let's showcase the garage first. Got 4 century turrets with these covered by these little I have them covered by one-way glass with these little shooting slits so that players can't climb through there. Before I covered that, they could just walk right in if they manage to turn off the century turrets, which you'll see why that's so easy in a minute. So the ladder that goes up to the 2nd floor, the gate here. I have myself a little shooting range. I'm not going to bother shooting because the zombie is just going to get annoying. But yeah, it's my collection of cars and vehicles. There's a lot throughout the map. I used to have every vehicle in the map here, and then a couple of them kind of... Yeah, we don't talk about those. But yeah. So then through here, this is my little, vehicle storage thing. Apparently, when I have the HUD off, I can't see storages. I have wheels galore. I have a jerry can that's actually full. I don't know why it's full. I should have that dumped in the Jennies. Piers eventually going to become more storage. Through here, I used to have a tank in here, but the mod that added the tank that I had deleted. It got outdated, so the tank is gone. So, big sad. I used to actually have 2 of those tanks. I used to have one on the other side of Charlottetown, too. Turn my HUD back off. It's going to be a bit of a shorter episode today, just because I needed something to upload that wasn't too big of a file. So, loft area overlooking the other area. This is probably my favorite part of this part of the building, this sniper's nest that pretty much overlooks all of Charlottetown. Well, not pretty much. It does overlook all of Charlottetown, and it gives you a really good view of both of the mountains that people use to snipe into Charlottetown. Like, this gives you a great view of everything. And it gives you a great view of, I think that's Olton, isn't it? Yeah. I guess if you have your render distance far enough and you got a good enough gun, you have a good view of the farm at Holman, too. It is Holman, right? Wait, why did I think that was Holman? Don't blame me, I haven't played this game in years. Yeah, onto the other building. Just jump off the roof. This is the gun store, and it's eventually going to become like a hotel thing as well. It's got these wooden doors which don't lock. Just kind of have them here for the aesthetic. Those like that. Then it also has these safety doors, which are just metal garage doors. Pretty much just put it in a lockdown. Wondering how I built a lot of this. Like that roof up there, majority of that was built using majority of a lot of this build was built using the build mode. Like those windows I had to move with build mode. That hatch that's there at the top of this ladder I had to use with build mode because there's no hatch made for that. The way I got that rampart moved over, I used build mode. If you don't know what precision build mode is, look it up. It's really useful for base building for single player and for servers. You have to be admin on a server to use it. But like if you're on like a server that's, or if you like running a server and you want to build something really cool, use precision build mode. You can get some amazing things with it. This is my little, I call it my company car. This is what I use to take out in raids. This is how I got a lot of the materials that I have here. Along with a mod called More Farming that adds stackable things. Like it adds stacks of like wood, metal, stuff like that. You'll see that in a minute. This is the main room, my little showcase area. 2 LMGs along with a couple Timberwolves on display here. I have berries all over the place just to give the place a bit of color. I have the little Glock display rack over here. All of them are Glock 18s added by a mod that I absolutely love. Actually, is that a Glock? Wait, hold on. Yeah, Glock 18C. Glock 18C. Used to have one of these in my kit, but I ended up deleting because the mod did some screwy crap. I used to use one of those in my sidearm, but it's annoying. Showcase my little private quarters next. I have 6 extra kits in here across my storage, which involves 6 extra melee uniforms. All except for one of them have night vision, because I didn't have enough night vision to equip the 6th. I also have these 2, which both are the same stuff, just 3 Thompson SMGs with 200 rounds of ammunition, along with 3 Chief Magnum handguns, along with this chest, which just has a ton of spare ammo. Also, this chest that gives me a full kit extra. It gives me binocs, grenades, GPS, all that other stuff that I need in a kit. This is just my spare equipment. Steely, I have this is a mod that's like an add-on to better farming called More Stacking. I'm pretty sure. Adds like crates that you can make into like grenades. I have like a, and I'll show off my lettuce farm in a bit. This just goes out to the garage. I have this all integrated into the mechanic and gas station at Charlottetown, and it gives it a very like Fallout 4-esque vibe to it, like the settlement system in Fallout 4. That's what it reminds me of. This just has a bunch of milli mags in it. This industrial generator was cheated in. It's like the first thing that I spawned in the entire thing. We should have spawned like the industrial Jenny along with a few safe zone radiators just to try to build around Charlottetown. This I haven't decided to do anything with yet. I might eventually turn this into like a money vault or something, I guess. I don't know. I might put pump jacks, I'm not sure, in there. Then this is the actual gun store display. I have so many of those assault rifles, I can't even count them. I have the 7 there, and I have the 3 in there. So I guess I have 10. So if you come, I also have this sniper that's out of ammo. I screwed around with this a while back, but I just feel like it looks good on display above the door there. So we have in here, and you close the shutters, pretty much blocks you off because this is all bulletproof glass. I'm trying to think. Alright. Then I also use build mode to do this. Sort of like lockdown mode type deal. Makes the entire room invisible to the outside. Completely blocks out the windows, and it's metal door, or like it's metal garage doors behind the bulletproof glass. So it requires a lot of high caliber ammunition to actually break through that. You can just open them back up. And I have all of these. Just insane. Almost, I think all of these have a spare mag for these assault rifles too. Yeah, then I also have these, which are pretty much modded railguns, because railguns don't spawn in this map. But these do. These spawn at melee, and they are essentially Shadow Stalkers, just reskinned. I have this LMG from a different mod. And I have this little thing. It's kind of there to simulate like a ADR thing, like a not CPR thing, like a defibrillator type deal, yeah. I have this crate, which just has a bunch of miscellaneous military gear. 3 extra mags for those H3s, I think is what these are. HBRs, okay. I also have 2 HBRs here, along with a couple LMGs, along with a bunch of guns in here. The chainsaw and a couple of assault rifles there. We can go into the main storage room, like my little private storage room. This is stuff. These are these stacks that I was talking about for more farming, and it's so overpowered. It makes me like I can go on a simple metal run to million confed, and I can come back with around 100 scrap metal because of this mod. Like, oftentimes I'll go out to like Stratford or Alberton and just kill every zombie there and scrap all the stuff they drop. You get about 100 scrap metal. It's ridiculous when you loot those cities. So I've kind of used these shelves were also added by Better Farming, I'm pretty sure, or whatever. They're added by some mod. Like a lot of the furniture in this house is modded, which allowed me to get this little like look here for my storage instead of just putting a sign that says cloth and metal. It's looks a lot nicer that way. I also have this little shelf full of MP5s. All of these, again, all of the guns in this base were obtained legitimately. I obtained them through various raids on Millie and stuff, so. And then I have this shelf, which just has a bunch of HKs, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like these little DMR things. Then I also have this shelf, which has a bunch of raw explosives. From how I put these into the wall, like I use build mode to put these into the wall. I can't actually open them, which is annoying. I can go into build mode and pull them out of the wall if I really want to, but I don't care enough. The raw explosives here, they were also stacked using the better farming mod or more stacking, one of the two. This entire wall was built with precision build mode because there should be 2 pillars across this wall, I'm pretty sure. But I used precision build mode and a lot of screwing around with the thing to just make it this nice flat wall that's actually has these shelves built in. Like these shelves I should have been able to build into, but I ended up breaking the system using various snapping techniques and also using precision build mode. Precision build mode is beautiful. If you don't know what it is, learn how to use it. If you play this game, you need it to build. It's just a necessity. It's pretty much just various storage stuff at this point. I have this chest for scopes, tacticals, barrels, and then sights, pretty much as it says. I think that's pretty much it for right now. I'm going to build this base up more, a little bit into the future. I'm trying to think, is there any, oh yeah, my farm. Also my upstairs. I have this area, which is like my, pretty much just dye storage, because in this game, these flares are pretty much your dye. Using the same system that I use downstairs to make these sorted, to make them look nice. These little, like, plaque things, which are actually the base game, the plaques. This area I'm going to segment off, and I'm going to build a bunch more floors up and just make this into, like, a hotel. Little balcony, which also offers sniping opportunities onto Olton, under the beach. Pretty sure the spawn for Charlottetown is, like, right there, too, so. I also have this side, which I'm going to make into like a little restaurant area thing. And then my lettuce farm, which, in my opinion, statistically, lettuce is the best vanilla game food. It heals, it heals more water than it does food. So therefore, if both stats are at 0, your lettuce will actually fill up both stats. Because if you don't know how food and water work in this game, when they're like both into a food, like cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, all that stuff has both food and water upgrading stats. Tomato, I think it's 20 food and 15 water, whereas lettuce is 15 food and 20 water. Your water stat will only go up as much as your food stat does, or it'll go up more if it's worth more. Like Like, I'm at 61% food and whatever water. I can't be bothered to do math. I eat this, my water raises more than my food does. But I can only eat enough to raise my water up until my food maxes out. But another one, my water won't move. See? So that's the problem with like eating like tomatoes or something, because at that rate the water goes up slower than the food and it creates problems that you need to go solve elsewhere. Whereas this, it takes much longer for your water to decrease to a point where you actually have to do something about it. So that's why I farm lettuce. There's survival tips here as well. I also have rain barrels up there for whatever water needs I have eventually. But this is where more stacking comes in. 900 lettuce there, 300 lettuce there. I have over 1,000 lettuce in storage. Here's my farm. I have it set so there's exactly 200 lettuce. I farm and I store this half, and then I farm and I replant this half. So it leads me every single time I harvest, which is every it's every like hour in real lifetime, I get another 100 lettuce. So I get thousands of lettuce in no time at all. More survival tips for you. Here's just the rain barrels. I actually, one of the things that I'm actually proud of in this base is how I integrated the base into the mechanic and gasoline stations. Like, I just feel like it turned out extremely well. Like how I did this main room, like pretty much as if it was supported by the thing there. It just gives me a very Fallout 4 kind of vibe, if you know what I mean. But yeah, pretty much the entire base. Gonna eventually become a city that encompasses pretty much all of Charlottetown, but that day is far off. Guys, tell me what you thought of the base. Tell me what you thought of build in the description, or not the description. God damn it, I'm so tired. Tell me what you thought of the base and the build in the comments. Tell me any suggestions, or tell me any flaws that you see. I didn't make this thing to be the most secure base ever. The storage room is pretty damn secure because you have to break through 2 doors to get into it. And the gun, like the actual like display area for the gun store is also extremely secure. I pretty much designed the store part of it to be secure. Everything else about it's kind of just there. I'm gonna eventually work on making the entire base like lockdownable, but till then, tell me what you thought. Tell me any suggestions. Tell me what base you guys think I should build next, because I'm gonna build bases on other maps as well. Have a base underway for Germany right now, building another gun store in the seed bank on Germany. And I think I have a build on Washington that I built a long time ago that I never really got back to. So I'll have to go back on working on those. But yeah, tell me any bases you guys like to see, because I'm going to be doing these a lot more on my channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.